What's Morales from Black Women TV, talking to the one and only Sanaa Lathan on our first feature length director debut on the Come Up. How's it going?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
I've known you. I'm good, but I've seen your work throughout the years. I was looking back at your IMD projects, and I'm like, I saw that Catfish. I've seen that one.
Catfish and
you
Black
know,
Sauce. Yep, that's right.
when you live in New York, you see a lot of the indie films. And
Yes,
obviously, you premiered your short film in New York at Tribeca. I was there for that. And now you have this one. So,
yes.
having done the short film, how much did that prepare you for this?
Oh, yeah. Every time you do anything, you learn so much. And the short film gave me a level of confidence that, I thought I had, but I wasn't sure. I also learned a lot in the editing process. And um, it just kind of gave me that foundation that I needed and that confidence that I needed before I pitched for this movie. Yeah, definitely.
When did you know you were ready to start directing and then directing a bigger project out after the short film?
So funny. I never made a conscious decision. It was kind of one of those things where I did the short and that kind of came out of me sitting in my house like we all were during the pandemic, when we were on real lockdown. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the silver linings of the pandemic for me, because I don't think that I necessarily would have done it if we were, just if there wasn't a pandemic. I think the pandemic is actually what kind of got me, and me kind of being bored and like, okay, what do I want to do next? And so I did it out of that. And then it came out, people responded to it, and my agents were like, can we send it out, for potential jobs? And I was like, sure. But I was kind of not thinking anything would come of it. And basically the pitch, the director of On the Come Up, there was a director attached, and she fell out because she had a project that moved up, and they knew that they wanted a female woman of color. And because of the short and because of my background with music, they agreed to let me pitch. So that kind of came a lot quicker than I would have ever anticipated,
Mm-hmm. And so now you've got it done, and obviously doing a short film with less of a crew is
Mhm.
totally different when you now
Yeah,
got a
the
project. And
skeleton
now
crew.
you got a huge ensemble, just the cast. Now you got a
Yeah,
team behind it, and now you
exactly.
got to shoot movements and all of that stuff as opposed to like in the house.
Yeah.
So were you ready for that? And who was your guidance? Like somebody had to tell you, you can do this, girl.
Yes, well, for years before, I had been actually a mentor to some up and coming directors. The Sundance Lab, they asked me to be a mentor to their director's lab. Usually they have an actor, they have an editor, they have a writer. And I realized when I was there several years ago that I was helping them with everything. I was helping them with shots. I was helping them with editing. And that was the first time I was like, wait, this is something that I have a lot of knowledge about organically, just from being around it my whole life. And then I got intentional about it. I worked with this DP who teaches DPs. And so we kind of started just casually taking, privates with him. And that went on for a couple of years. And that just became one of my fun hobbies. And so I felt a lot more confident because of that, because of the research and the preparation.
Now your cast is full of a lot of newcomers, even though you have Method Man and Mike Epps in there, but you got Jamila as your star.
Yes.
Were you part of the casting, or did you have a say as far as who's being brought on to support her?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I found, like, the great thing is because there was another director attached, they already had people that they liked for the lead. And they had auditioned, because of the pandemic, it was all self-tapes. And I liked who they had, but I wasn't sure. And um, I asked to see all the tapes, and there were like 200 auditions, and I found her within those tapes. Um, and she screen tested and kind of blew us all away. And the rest is history with her. Michael Cooper, I had to fight for him He plays the young Malik, who I think, he has a bright future. I knew I wanted that kind of teen heartthrob that I had when I was growing up. And he didn't have as much experience as a lot of the other guys. And, studios tend to want to go with the people who are more of a sure thing. So yeah, we definitely had to fight. I had to fight for him. And it was great. He and Jamila had such amazing chemistry. And Miles, I knew this minute he auditioned, Miles Gutierrez-Riley, I knew it was going to be him. He popped off my computer screen. Everything was done on the computer screen. That was one of the it was so scary. That was scary because I was like, what if it doesn't work when it's in real life, But yeah.
Then you have Dayvine Joy Randolph, who
Yes.
blows you out of the water with her performance.
Yes.
People may look at this and say, okay, how much, is this really awards? Hopefully it is. Hopefully they can start it, because she was this good.
She was good.
And you wonder whether or not.
And Sanaa Lathan.
But we know
is one of my favorite actresses,
We know, having you've done enough, like you said, you've been in these movies before. Let me tell you about Dayvine. So it was interesting because we had another actress attached and she fell out. She fell through for a number of reasons. And it was a couple weeks before. So it was very scary. And Dayvine, we knew we wanted to go to Dayvine because I was always a fan of her work. And I was so excited because I know that if somebody's coming to me like a week before something starts and it's such a character, I don't know that I would necessarily do that. And anyway, she was game. Turns out we went to similar, not even similar, we went to the same drama school. So she was there a lot later than I was, but we had a lot of the same teachers. And so we speak the same language when it comes to acting. And I was like, let's have fun. I want you to go all the way there, because she's very glamorous and very feminine in real life. And so it was just such a gift to us for her to come in and like deliver the way she did. And I'm so happy that her performance is resonating the way it is. And we want to know, obviously, there's been a number of other actors who've directed projects, and we want to make sure that this is not a vanity project, that you're going to get back on the scene, get back on a horse, so that we know that you're serious into directing. So we have, so we don't want to say, oh, she did it. That was like 5 years ago. I was like, no. Like, hey, look what happened to Ben Affleck. He did one, then he did another, then he did another.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you can keep it going.
Your lips to God's ears. I love it. And I know that I am just, my sensibility is not necessarily a director for hire. I'm not going to be out there directing a bunch of different, like TV shows. Because I kind of feel like I have to really, because I put all my heart and soul and everything into it, and it's a 2-year commitment. It has to be something special. On the Come Up really spoke to me on so many levels, and so I could go on this journey. But acting is still a great love of mine, and now directing is. And I see myself now as a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. Sometimes I do it through acting, sometimes I do it through directing.
Before I let you go, I got to throw this out there. Best Man Final Chapters. What are we getting from your character? Give me a little something.
I think people will be surprised. Definitely Robin goes on a major journey. I think she steps into her power finally. I'm excited about it. I haven't seen it, so I'm excited. It's an 8-episode. I keep wanting to say miniseries, but limited series for Peacock, and we had a blast getting together. All of us are friends now, so it doesn't feel like work.
If you happen to be in New York City, they're doing another revival of Raisin in the Sun at the Public Theater.
They are?
I'm going in about 2 weeks.
Broadway or off?
Off Broadway at the Public Theater.
At the Public. Oh my God.
At the Public.
See that.
So come down if you happen to be in New York. They're showing it again. So something you've done obviously once before. So I'm happy for you. I'm proud for you. One off the books. We need more. Big
Whether you're on the big screen, small screen, behind the screen, I always got your back.
I appreciate you and I feel your support always, and it's always great to talk to you.
All right. Have a good one. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thank you.